Hey, so I have a new favourite movie, okay, and that is Deep Blue Sea. I only watched it for the first time fairly recently, and my god, this movie is amazing. It's so good. Okay, so the basic premise, if you don't know, is that they are scientists who are set on this kind of like station in the middle of the ocean that's just kind of standing there, this sort of structure, and they are trying to, and I don't know how the logic works behind this, okay? But they are trying to cure Alzheimer's, okay? And the way that they do that, believe it or not, is that they create giant mutant sharks. You see where I'm going with this? No? Yeah, nobody does. They create giant mutant sharks and then they extract, like, I don't know, the blood, the cartilage, something. They take something out of the shark and they test it on some cells or whatever, and ooh, it works. Somehow the innards of mutant sharks solves Alzheimer's. That is the basic premise for this movie. But then, of course, after that, everything goes wrong because they are giant mutant sharks. They're smarter than the average shark, and so they kind of begin to hunt down all of the scientists in this station, and they all get killed one by one. And it is amazing. This is a slasher film with a shark, but it's so much more entertaining than any other, maybe. It's so much more silly than something like Jaws. It's so much more entertaining than any of the other ones that might come to mind. Deep Blue Sea, honestly, in my mind, is the best shark movie that has ever been made. It is fun to laugh at. The logic doesn't stick at all. There's really no logic here. But I think that the film kind of knows it to an extent, while it's also riding this line of trying to be sort of genuine at the same time. It rides this perfect line between the two, and you can't make this kind of thing on purpose, I feel like. But you kind of can. I don't know. I can't make up my mind about it because you can compare it to something like Sharknado, right? Which is a series of movies I have not seen except for the first one, but I did skim through it. But those movies are trying way too hard to be like way funny and silly and hilarious and whatever. But they're just dumb and they're just like boring. I don't care. You don't have the budget. You don't have anything. You're like, those are boring, shitty movies. Deep Blue Sea, though, it does everything so perfectly. Okay, so starting off in the movie, we're introduced to all the scientists at this station. There's the main guy played by Thomas Jane, who is the guy who played the Punisher in like the 2001 Punisher movie. He's kind of like a generic hero. Yeah, and then there's just a bunch of other scientists, all right? They're not like the deepest characters, but then there is the chef.
For real, I love this guy.
And he is played by, apparently, this rapper named LL Cool J, who is, I admit, not somebody I was familiar with before watching this movie. Although, in saying that, that's not exactly true, because he was in Halloween H2O as the guy writing this erotic novel for some reason. He's also the comic relief in that, and he's kind of the comic relief in here, but he lasts a lot longer in this movie than you'd think. Like, you'd think the comic relief guy, he's obviously gonna die. Nah, he survives till the end, so that I kind of love that as well. Like, this movie does kind of traverse expectations as well. It's silly, it's dumb, it's entertaining, but it does things that you don't expect it to.
Like, for instance,
at the very end of the movie, he does have a rap where he raps from the perspective of a shark. And if that's not just beauty in your mind, I don't know what would be, because I love it so much. It's so stupid. Another highlight for this movie is that Samuel L. Jackson is in this. And the only thing that I knew about Deep Blue Sea prior to seeing it was that one scene with Samuel L. Jackson, and I think you know what I'm talking about if you know anything about this movie. There's this one part, kind of midpoint throughout the movie, so, you know, they're kind of building up Samuel L. Jackson to be kind of the mentor figure. Everyone kind of looks up to him. He is telling this big motivational speech. He's telling everybody not to give up. This is like halfway through the movie. He's standing tall and everything. Everyone, you know, he's an authority figure. You're gonna listen to him and everything. And then, of course, right in the middle of his inspirational speech, shark gets him, just chomps him right off screen. And it's, oh man, I wish I didn't know that was coming, because that is pure classic cinema. But yeah, pretty much Deep Blue Sea, honestly, it's one of my favorite, like, it's a classic in my mind. I only just watched it for the first time, but it is something that I know I'm going to return to. It is a blast to watch. There is a scene where they electrocute a shark. There's just so many great fucking scenes of tension in here, but also insanely ridiculous scenes going on as well. Deep Blue Sea is just so fun, and I love it more than life itself. That's not true at all. But it's definitely a movie that I'm going to return to, and it's pure entertainment. I can't pick anything wrong with it. Yeah, you can be like, well, this part doesn't make that much sense, or this character made a dumb decision, but is that really the kind of criticism you want to take on a movie about 3 giant mutant sharks going around hunting scientists? Is that really something you want to do? Deep Blue Sea is a fantastic film, and I mean it. I think, like, I legitimately think it is good. Like, I do think it's stupid, but I also think that it actually is good. It's not just bad in a Sharknado kind of way where you're just like, whatever. It's fantastic. It actually has tension, and I don't know. I buy it. I buy it in a really fun, dumb way. Alright, so this is going to be like the first of a series that I'm planning to do, which I'm calling Not Guilty Pleasures. Because I don't particularly believe in the term guilty pleasures, because if you like something, you like something. That's just how it is, and you kind of have to accept it. And so that's what the series is going to be. It's going to be embracing my love for these movies that other people might think are kind of dumb or silly compared to like classic cinema or whatever, but that I unabashedly love, and just, I really do think are genuinely just good. So look out for those and all that stuff. That's all I have to say for now, though. So thanks for watching this one. Do the things. You know what the things are. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'm outie. Thanks for watching.